So, warm welcome everyone for today's session. I'm Amrita and I'm part of the early bird team at the Nature Conservation Foundation. If you are joining for the first time for these sessions, I'll just give you a quick introduction. At Early Bird, we are passionate about helping people, especially young people like you all, to connect with nature, have fun in some meaningful ways. And how we do it is we kind of encourage use of colorful booklets, interactive games, courses, and also have sessions like these where you can learn a lot more from experts and educators. So, as part of this effort, we host these monthly sessions where we are trying to explore different fascinating things that nature has to offer. And along with birds, we also are trying to bring in different kind of other taxas that you can learn more about. So, did you know that September is celebrated as the Big Butterfly Month? If not, it is kind of a nationwide citizen science initiative that is celebrated to kind of promote butterfly conservation, to promote people to observe, document, and submit butterfly sightings. And through this, the idea is to learn more about these butterflies, the butterflies that are around you, and their habitats and their behavior. So, for today's session, we'll be hence exploring and learning more about these tiny creatures that live extraordinary lives around us, like from these hungry little caterpillars to beautiful fluttering butterflies. So, today we am really thrilled to welcome Prakriti, who is going to lead today's session. She is a certified naturalist and a trainer, and she currently serves as a program director and a trainer at the Naturalist School. She leads certified nature guide programs across India, working in different landscapes from tiger reserves to community ecosystems as well. So, with her knowledge and love for nature, Prakriti is bringing to us today stories and insights to inspire us to look at more, for us to look more at nature and butterflies. And through this amazing talk, I'm pretty sure after this you'll have a different lens to look at butterflies. So, welcome, Prakriti, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Amrita. I'm really glad to be here. And good morning, everyone. I think you've all joined from various parts and taking this Sunday um, morning to be here and to listen to this session. So, welcome, all of you. Can you all see my screen? Shall I start?
Yes, can see your screen. A little just louder, Prakriti, if you can be.
Sure, definitely. Um, um, just before even we start off, I think all of you are dialing in from different parts of the world and different parts. So I just want to know, what is butterfly called in your region? You will see a small chat box there where you can answer. So if you can tell me, what do you call butterfly in your local language, that'll be great.
You can use the chat box to send in your answers.
You can even just unmute and answer as well. Happy to hear your voices. trickling in as well. Thank you so much for all those um, answers. Anyone else who just joined in? We just looking at what butterfly is called in all the regional languages. So there's someone from Gujarat here. That's so beautiful. Yeah, so I think I've just put a handful of languages that we have in India, and you'll notice that in many languages the names, is connected with flowers or the colors and the flying, like the patam, the pitta. So it's associated with you know the colors and the vibrance, and the movement. So it's like that's what everyone is seeing in butterflies. And if you see this, it just brings so much of joy, to just see these fluttering beauties, and they're everywhere. Yeah, you could be in a crowded place and suddenly you might spot a fluttering beauty, and um, it just brings so much of joy. um, and there's like you know people who really adore butterflies, and it brings a lot of emotional and metaphorical connection to the butterflies and to the concept of being free and being able to fly and colorful. But I even know people who really have a fear of butterflies. So it is real. People do have a fear of butterfly as well, and yeah, it is called a lepidopterophobia. Um, um, so I think we now have quite a few people almost joined in, and everyone is here. So I'm going to start with a very uh, quick quiz.
Prakruti, I'll
Or
just stop you there. Some people, some of the audience is having issues with the audio not being clear.
okay, um, is this better now?
Yes, at least I can hear it better.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
yeah, yes. We
okay.
have responses saying yes.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Yeah. So we're just going to have a few statements come up on your screen, and just to understand what you already know about butterflies. I'm sure all of you, know something, or probably not. But please do take a guess. There will be poll that will come up on your chat box. So there will be statements. You just have to say if it's true or false. Ready for it? Here we go. Butterfly is an insect. True or false? Can you all see the poll, and can you?
In case you're unable to see the poll, please just answer using the chat box. In case you're unable to see the poll.
Yes, I think most of them got it right. Butterfly is an insect. Good one. Let's move on to the next one. Butterflies have four wings. Butterflies have four wings. The second question will be on the poll. Is the second question up?
Yes, Prakriti.
Oh, sorry, I don't know. I mean, are you still having issue with the audio?
I think in between it's going a little low.
Okay, okay. Sure. Let me just try and stay close to the.
Most of the people have answered to the poll.
Okay.
Most have said it's true. There are a couple of them who say it's false.
Yes. It is true, though it looks like two big wings on either side. It's actually two pairs of wings. So every butterfly has four wings. Awesome. So let's move on to the next question. Butterflies can only see in black and white. Butterflies can only see in black and white. Yeah, I think some of you got it right as well. It is false. They do see colors and they do see even ultraviolet colors of the flowers that we humans can't see. Okay, good. We'll discuss more on this later in the presentation. Moving on to the next question. A group of butterflies is called an army of butterflies. True or false? Yeah, someone said swarm. That was also right. But it's not called an army. We usually refer to army of ants. Butterflies, the group of butterflies is called kaleidoscope. The colorful glass and mirror colorful things that you see through. So very similar. So a group of butterflies is called kaleidoscope. Okay, moving on to the next question. Butterflies use their antennae and feet to smell and taste.
Maybe most of them have answered to the question.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. This was um, the last question. They can only drink nectar. So, well, nice to see that a lot of you are already interested in butterflies and already know um, so many things about the butterflies. So, just to give you a very broad picture, butterfly diversity, there's about close to 20,000 species in the whole wide world, and about 1,500 of them are in India. Uh, just give me 1 second, sorry. I'm not sure why. So the biggest group that we have is the birdwing species. So we have a golden birdwing, which is about 194 or 19.4 centimeters, which is recently rediscovered in 2020. Until then, very close second is the southern birdwing that we see in the southwest, and that is about 190 or the 19 centimeters. And we have a very tiny butterfly. This you would see around lawns and grassy patches, which is the grass jewel, and it's just a tiny 1.5 centimeters. Moving on, we'll just look at the basic structure, the anatomy of a butterfly. So, if you look at a butterfly when it's just sitting with its wing open, then the top side that you see is called the upper side. And when the wings are closed and the flap is closed, then the side you see that is called as the underside of a butterfly. Looking at this image, do you think it's the same butterfly that you're seeing here in this picture? The two butterflies that you see? Yeah, some say yes and no. Yeah, it's actually the same butterfly. So butterflies do look very, very um, different. Yeah, uh, you're right. If you observe the edge of the wing, you'll see the black and white line running through it. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too when I saw it. So a lot of butterflies look very, very different when they're sitting with the flap open and or with it closed. So it's like very, very different. So when you are trying to ID a butterfly, and if you're referring to books, and trying to give a description of the thing, the books would usually refer to what is an upper side or an underside, the markings on the upper side or the underside. So it's just good to understand this. Moving on to the basic anatomy of um, the butterfly. The butterfly, like any insect, has three body parts. So every insect will have three body parts. You can see it highlighted, the three body parts, which are head, thorax, and the abdomen. They have two pairs of wings, so the forewing and the hind wing. So every insect would have two pairs of wings and one pair of antennae. So if you look at the head portion that's highlighted in yellow, you'll see most of the sensory organs like your eyes, your proboscis and antennae, which they use for senses. The sensory organs are all attached in the head or is in the head. So they have compound eyes. It's two compound eyes, which means each eye is made of, you know, 1,000 small individual lenses, and all these lenses work together like and create like a mosaic vision, and it really gives them a 360-degree view of what they're seeing. So they have compound eyes, and that's why it's like so difficult if you've tried to catch a butterfly. They can see you from everywhere. And if you see this spiraled up mouth part, that's the proboscis. So it's like a straw, like how we drink all our liquids. So that's what they use to drink the nectar. And when they're not using it, they can nicely curl it up, or they can expand it and use it like a straw to drink nectar. And coming to the thorax is where all the locomotive organs are, like your wings and your legs. And you'll see three pairs of legs. So that's where the locomotive organs are. And the abdomen is the segment that has the digestive and the reproductive organs at the back, which is highlighted in green. So that's the abdomen of the butterfly. So this is just a basic structure um, of of any butterfly. Some butterflies have a small tail um, that you would see as well, uh, which would kind of be a part of the wing. Um, and as we're speaking about insects, I think they are the most diverse population in the animal kingdom. So if you look at um, the diversity, I think a big percentage of insects, which is 38%, is the beetles that you'll see. And butterflies and moths are the second largest with 16%. They call Lepidoptera. So butterflies and moths together come under the classification of Lepidoptera. Lepis means scales and wings together. So what you would see, if you have you tried to um, touch a wing of a butterfly, um, and have you seen touched it and found some powder substance or some color sticking to you? Yeah. So these are scales. So if you look microscopically into a butterfly's wings, this is how they're going to look. So they're all made up of tiny, tiny scales that kind of uh, make the color, and it's all structural coloring that you would see if you look at, and that's what is coming onto your hand actually. And if you look at butterflies and moths, they are very close cousins, so to speak, under the same classification. But what do you think is different? What is different? How do you say what is a moth and what is? I think some of you might know. I'd like to hear from you. How would you differentiate between a moth and a butterfly? Anyone want to put it on the chat box? Moths come out at night. Okay, most of them. The wing position as well. Yeah, you can see it in the slide. Most of the butterflies have the wings up. Hmm. Okay. Colors. Nice to see so many different answers. Bright colors, antennae. Yes. So just going back, if you look at the image on the screen, the one on the left is a moth, and on the right is a butterfly. You will see that the seating or the posture is a little different, or the resting position is different. Moths are usually nocturnal, and butterflies are in the day. And but there are exceptions to this as well. There are some moths that are quite active during the daytime. Um, and even with colors, I think there are some beautiful colorful moths, including this, which was like almost golden. I mean, the image doesn't do justice to what I saw. uh, Beautiful blue and golden markings on this butterfly that I saw. So there are some really pretty colorful moths as well, and some dull looking butterflies as well. But yes, I think someone answered about the antennae. I think that's one of the major differences. If you see, um, for a moth, it's like a feathered-like structure. It's just sometimes a simple straight line in the magnified image, if you can see. Um, but for a butterfly, it usually look like a club or like a matchstick with uh, with a thing on with a loop on the end of it. So that's how it would look for a butterfly and a moth. I will be sharing after this session some links with more details, and some blogs and articles. So feel free to um, read them as well. How many of you have done this drawings in your notebook? Yes? Yeah, most of you, your biology notebook would definitely have, at some point of time, you would have. But how many of you have actually seen the whole life cycle of a butterfly? A real life cycle of a butterfly, and not on your textbook and notebook. Yeah, cup, two, three of them. Oh, nice to see. Yeah, so I just have some images to show the complete life cycle of a butterfly. This is a common mine. So what you would see here is a butterfly is laying eggs. So usually the butterflies are very um, particular about where they lay their eggs. They prefer their own host plants, and that's how their feet have those sensors or the tasting buds where they can make out what is their host plant, and that's what the caterpillar of that butterfly would usually eat or feed on. So here you will see a common mime laying eggs on this. So you'll see the abdomen coming down, and where she's laying eggs. The egg would be like really small size, probably like a, a pinhead or a ballpoint pen head. So it would be like really tiny eggs, and sometimes it's on the leaf, and sometimes it's under the leaf. So if you look closely, you would be able to see some of these eggs. The caterpillar, when it comes out, the first thing it does is it nothing goes waste in nature, so it eats up the eggshell as well, um, and then it emerges out of um, the butterfly of the egg. So this is the newly emerged larva that you can see, and then it continues to grow and grow and grow. So the caterpillar phase is when it eats the most. So lot of, and like how you outgrow your clothes or your shoes. Very similarly, they also outgrow the exoskeleton or the outside uh, thing that they have, and they just mold and shed the skin, and every larva, as it grows, it sheds the skin a few times before they enter the pupa stage. So, and probably with each skin shedding, it will look different as well, like how we all grow up as well. And now this is a fully grown larva that is ready to pupate. Uh, what do you see here? This is actually the pupa. Um, the right hand, what looks like a small twig that is attached. It's so beautifully camouflaged. I think if you're in the field um, and you didn't pay close attention, it would be very, very difficult to spot this and identify this as a pupa of a butterfly. So the pupal stage is when it doesn't eat anything. It's just sitting in its room, probably like most of the teenagers that we have on the call. But yeah, it's just on its own, and just there. And then it emerges out to a beautiful butterfly. So before it emerges out, you will see that the pupa, the outer shell or the outer cover of the pupa starts to get transparent. And then when it comes out, the wings are all like folded up and wet. So it takes a few seconds or a few minutes for it to for the blood to pass through the veins of the wings, and then come out in the sun and dry out a little bit, and then it's ready for its first flight. I just have a small time lapse video of a pupa, another butterfly coming out of the pupa, so we'll just quickly see how that looks. I know, so cool, right? Yeah, it's just beautiful to um, see this. Um, so moving on, I think you know it's a tough world out there for the butterflies. It's not easy, and they have to come up with a lot of survival strategies to kind of go through this whole complete metamorphosis stage, and at each stage it's a different kind of struggle that they go through. So if you look at this caterpillar, can you see the caterpillar? It's actually so beautifully camouflaged. I think they use camouflage a lot, like how we saw even at the larva or the pupa stage in the previous slides. So if you look at it, look at the center vein. It almost matches the mango leaf that it's sitting on. So this is a barren butterfly, and mostly you would spot it on the mango tree leaves, and every part of it is like it's a beautiful zoom photograph here, but if you would see it in nature, it would be very, very difficult to spot these. But yeah, once you spot them, they're like so beautiful. They also communicate with color. So usually, bright colors means I'm toxic and I'm unpalatable, so don't eat me. That's the message that they're sending to all the birds and their predators. Uh, so and it comes from the food. So if if they're eating leaves of a particular thing. Usually, it's like a giant milkweed plant um, that you would see this caterpillar on. It would eat the leaves, and this is the leaf where if you pluck the leaf, you would have probably seen it recently. The leaves and the flowers being used in Ganesh Chaturthi festival as well. So the milk kind of sap that comes out. So when it eats these leaves, they kind of have toxic and they become unpalatable for its predators. Look at this caterpillar. I mean, it has false eyes on the left, if you can see here, and it's just trying to scare away its predator by, making its body like big and trying to, scare away the predator. Even in the pupal stage, camouflage. I mean, look at this one on the left hand side. It's actually just looks like a leaf, but it's actually a pupa of a butterfly. How many butterflies do you see in this picture? If you see more than one, then see again. Uh, this is a beautiful technique that butterflies use, where it has eyes and antennae kind of structure and the tail as well. So if you look closely, on the left of your screen is what you will see, the actual head and the antennae, and it has false eyes and false antennae towards the tail. And if you also see that all the lines or the marking on this beautiful butterfly is also like dragging us to see or pointing us in the direction of the false eyes. So that's a beautiful um, way that it is, so the predator is coming from the wrong direction, and that helps uh, the butterfly to escape. um, very similar situation here. And if you actually see them moving, you will see that both, while the front, the actual legs and the antennae and the proboscis are moving for it to take the nectar, you will see the hind ones also keep moving. So it's very, very difficult to see what is the right eye and what is the fake, the false one. They also have big markings. So if you saw this from far, if you were a bird, you would think that's some other creature and not a butterfly. So it uses eye-like markings to keep off predators. And again, like in the caterpillar, the colors. I'm bright in color, so don't eat me. I'm not palatable and I'm toxic to you. So that's the message it's sending. And camouflage again. Imagine this sitting, among all the dried leaves that has fallen. There is, I think, unless it moves and unless it flies, and we're able to spot it, it's going to be like super, super difficult to even understand that there is a butterfly sitting there. The butterflies also move. I think like the butterfly month that we're doing as well. This is the time when the monsoon is ending. So during the monsoon, the butterfly migrate from the Western Ghats to the Eastern Ghats. So around just before the monsoons, around June, you would have seen a lot of butterflies move eastwards towards the Eastern Ghats. And now after the monsoon ends, they're all going to come back to the Western Ghats. This is something that you would see probably in, any of the southern cities. You should be able to see it. And butterflies are known to have some really long migration. You should look up for the monarch butterfly migration that happens as well in Mexico and US. But yeah, locally, these are the butterflies that move from the Western Ghats to the Eastern Ghats and come back. So very soon you will be seeing a lot of these fluttering around, and keep a watch out for it. So what do butterflies eat? We did discuss that they don't eat any solid food, and they do rely on nectar a lot. So apart from nectar, they do they love sweat. So if you had um, sweaty sorry sweaty run in the field, and it'll probably come and sit on your hand, and it'll come and sit on your face. And this is something, or on your t-shirt. It's something that they want the salts from you. That's what they're looking for. They really need the um sorry, one second, my thing is just stuck. Just give me one. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll just come and sit on you as well. Butterflies also do something called mud puddling. Sometimes you would see like a slush uh, of soil that is there, and you'll see a swarm of butterflies, like really a lot of them sometimes, hovering, and so they're taking the salts from the mud, from the soil, and all the nutrients from the soil. So they use, and mostly these are male butterflies that you would see mud puddling. Uh, why do we need butterflies? How do they help the ecosystem? Pollination, yes. Yes, I think you're right. They play a big role in pollination. Um, uh, for of flowers, pollination is one of the major roles, and they're also a big part of the food chain. Here you will see a praying mantis actually feeding on a butterfly. So they are prey to birds, frogs, and many other insects as well. So they're a very integral part of the food chain, and cycling the nutrients in the ecosystem. And butterflies are very sensitive as well. They don't. It's very difficult to find them in very polluted areas and things like that. So they're very good indicate bio indicators. So if you are seeing a lot of butterflies around you, then yeah, there's a good environment around it. Humans have been inspired by butterflies, like for many years. They've been here much longer than us. So art, I think fashion, uh, literature, everything that we have, we've been taking inspiration from them. And I think the biggest thing is, we talked about that scale structures on the wings, right? So they have been using that technology and studying that technology to make solar panels and many other structural um, designs, using the getting inspired by what uh, butterflies are composed of. Of course, like every thing in nature, I think there has been quite a bit of threat to pesticides. The two major things is been pesticides and habitat loss that has been happening around um, the ecosystem. Majorly, yeah, I think these are the two main threats. There are different, um, you know, the other ecosystem things that cause harm to them as well. But these two are the major things that are happening. Uh, I mean, definitely there is still a lot of hope. I mean, just to see so many of you come on a Sunday morning to listen about butterflies and do something about it and try to understand more about them is definitely a step in the right direction, is what I would say. So, uh, just like I said, butterflies are very specific to host. So they need nectar plants and host plants. Nectar plants, many flowering plants, like your cosmos and lantana, that they get attracted to. So just a couple of pots in your balcony, even if you don't have a big garden space, would help butterflies in and around you. So if you can, um, you can put it up and do your small bit, uh, in protecting these beauties. There is a lot of butterfly parks. How many of you visited a butterfly park in your city or in and around or somewhere when you've traveled? Yeah, nice. Very nice. Nice to see that a lot of you have visited a few butterfly parks. Again, in the email, I will be sending you a list of the major butterfly parks. There are many in India, and there's a lot of organizations and groups, butterfly watching groups in many cities that have been working on butterflies. So do visit a butterfly park near you. If you've gone and you've not sketched it, I would highly recommend you take a book and a box of color pencils with you next time when you go to any butterfly park or anywhere where you go and sit and can observe butterflies. It's just amazing to, um, and most of them have some specimens, and most of them are in like a confined space in the big glass dome. So you'll have lots of them to sit and make some small sketches, and this will kind of connect you more to the butterflies. Thank you for being here and just listening to this talk. I hope you've learned something new or something about butterflies today. I would open it up to questions, if any. I'll try and take few questions and see if I can answer, or we'll get back to you.
Hmm. Thanks, Prakriti. You can use the chat box or also unmute, in the sense you can raise your hands and we can unmute you to ask questions as well, or you can use the chat box to do so.
Thanks, Arpan. Oh, you have a butterfly park in your school campus. Nice. Thank you.
Siddharth has asked some field guides or website for butterfly identification that you can suggest.
Sure. There are field books, so that if some of them are very specific to, like there's a book on butterflies of Goa, butterflies of South India. If you're looking for any specific area, but there are illustrated books from. I think there is Butterflies of India by a person called Isaac, which is a book on Indian butterflies. Um, so I can send these on the.
There's another question by Yamini. Uh, they ask, where do butterflies go in winter?
Where do they go in winter? Winter is coming up. Have you seen butterflies? So when the sun is out, they are usually out, unless it's extreme cold weathers when they do migrate to warmer places. Um, yeah, but you even with a little bit of sunlight, you usually are able to see them.
Anshri, go ahead and ask your question.
What, is there anything different like Indian butterflies?
Uh, Indian butterflies, there are a lot of Indian butterflies. There are about 1,500 different kinds of butterflies just in India. So, is there any specific thing you're looking for?
So is there anything different between the Indian butterflies and the rest of them?
Oh, the rest of the no, they're just uh, pretty similar. They would have some differences in how they look and DNA differences as well. That's how they have been um, put into different brackets and different species. So yeah, but if you go somewhere outside, you will see butterflies still look like the butterflies here, unless you like really observe the markings, the DNA. Yeah, those would definitely be different.
Thank
But
you.
they also have the similar life cycle. They also feed on nectar, and they also sometimes migrate. So most of these things are very common to butterflies across.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's one interesting question, another interesting question that I received as a personal message.
Mhm.
Manlolan asks, most butterflies live only a few weeks or 3 to 4 months. So
Yeah.
why do they need to migrate?
So when they need to lay eggs, uh, the conditions of where they are might not be very conducive. So they would want to migrate, and during the migration, you will see that um, the adult that migrated is not something that will come back, and it's probably the next generation. The life cycle would complete in a different area, and the adult that comes back to its place is a complete different generation, and all these things is passed on through genetic memory from one stage to another stage in all the life through the life cycle of a butterfly as well.
I hope that answers your question, Manlolan. Pradeep, please go
Oh.
ahead and ask your question.
Caterpillars have many legs, but when they transfer into a butterfly, why do they have only 6 legs?
Yeah, they only need 6 legs probably. For a caterpillar, it needs to move a lot. It's moving on the plant and it's eating. So probably that's why I really don't know the exact scientific answer. But thank you for the question. I'll definitely look up for it. Uh, yeah, Gujarat, Vadodara. I'll send you the email link which has butterfly parks in and around India. So I'll look at it. Um, Someone, I think Austin wanted details about the family. I think we've not discussed different family or the groups grouping here. So I do not want to confuse everyone, but if uh, Arpita, sorry, this one, if you, Amrita, if you can share my email ID with the participants as well, I will be happy to take the questions offline.
Yes, we can definitely do that. In the email that we send them after the session. We can
Yeah,
share your contact
yeah.
details with that.
Thank you.
We'll just maybe just quickly take one more question and then wrap up. Vishwa, do you want to go ahead and ask your question?
No, ma'am, my question is.
Okay.
I'm just so happy to.
Narendra,
I
do you
was
want to
talking
ask
and
your
I
question?
haven't seen all the messages, but I'm really happy to see so many of you that you visited, um, and uh, butterfly parks, and have been answering so many of the questions, and lovely to connect with all of you. We will certainly keep in touch. Yeah, please write to me if you need anything specific.
Can you please start talking about the India butterflies by Isaac?
Yeah, it's called the Book of Indian Butterflies. I will share the photo. I'll share like three, four list of a few books as well in that email that we'll send to you after.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And there's some interesting books, even if you just go to StoryWeaver, you can see some books on that as well. But that's not more like probably very kiddish, not for your age. But definitely, I will share some.
So since we are now, we do have a lot of questions popping it up in the chat box.
Mm,
But since we are short on time, we'll share Prakriti's contact with you all, and you can directly write to her with your questions. And I'm sure she'll be more than excited to answer all of these lovely questions that
yes.
come her way. So
Questions help
thank
me
you.
learn. So please bring on all the questions. Definitely, I mean, even if I don't know, I'll go up to my mentors and I'll learn something new as well. So your questions are really helpful.
So, thank you, Prakriti, for this wonderful session, for all the different insights about the world of butterflies that you brought alive for us. And
Thank you.
thank you, everyone who joined us on a Sunday morning to learn more about butterflies. And now we hope that while you walk away from this session, you have a new creature to look around and document that you might just see around flowers or gardens around your place or wherever you go. So please do look out for our email shortly after the session. We'll send you some reading materials, some references that you asked for as well, and a quick feedback form as well will come in that email. We request you to please fill it so that we can get more such sessions for you that you would enjoy being part of and learning. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining and hope to see you all again next month with another session that we have. We'll soon announce what we will be doing the session on. Thank
Thank you.
you and bye everyone.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
for joining.
Bye.